Welcome to the Poetic Chat and Chew, with the show where you are the star. Today, we have a special guest gracing our table today, Miss Jaye Allison, singer, dancer, and educational ambassador at the Kimmel Center. Hi, Jaye. How are you today?
Oh, I'm just as fine as can be. It is great to see you, Michelle.
You too. And I can't wait. What little do you have for us today?
Oh, can I tell you, I have worked up and backed off and worked up again what I was going to do. And I landed on my favorite thing. But I don't have a background song for it, but I decided to be brave and just get over my fear and do a whole a cappella set for you with my favorite songwriter, Valerie Simpson.
Oh, great.
And I'm going to do some Valerie Simpson music for you today.
Oh, awesome.
And I'm going to back her up with my own percussive feet and top it off with a bit of rhythms from LaVaughn Robinson and myself, and just give some percussive love to the floor. It'll be nice.
Oh, it needs it. It needs some love. Great. That sounds really great. I can't wait. I really can't. It's like, go ahead, girl. Go ahead, girl. I have some questions about tap dancing because I've always been fascinated, by watching the Hines brothers, Savion. I know we're not going far back, but those were the people that I remember pretty much. My mom's favorites was the Nicholas, that's who they were, the Nicholas brothers, when they did all those flips and things back in the day. My question was, back then, as children, they had to learn to tap?
No.
Or was it just something they wanted to do for fun? I'm
not sure we would call it fun. I believe from listening to my teacher, LaVaughn Robinson, he passed away in 2009, January of 2009. Now, he was considered the baby of the bunch, hanging out on the corner of Broad and South with the Condos brothers and all of the other famous acts that were there. Early 30s for him time. And what was going on was there were theaters up and down South Street and across on Broad Street. So these children were outside, and you would get influenced by the things you would see. So as LaVaughn Robinson could see, this was exciting for him. And he would stow away through back staircases into theaters to watch the performers on stage. Cool. So his whole pension came from that. I believe his mother had something to do with him in the kitchen, getting his first time steps together and, allowing him to go on out and keep stealing steps from other people. But they didn't do it because it was fun. They did it because it was exciting.
Okay.
It's a feeling. It's like they were drawn to it. So he was the baby of the bunch. I mentioned the Condos brothers. The Condos brothers were the people that found the Nicholas brothers. Oh. They were the ones that discovered them because in Philadelphia at the Standard Theater, used to be at 13th and South Street, 12th and South. Tony Nicholas, the son of Fayard Nicholas, corrected me on that. 12th and South Street was the Standard Theater where his father's parents were musicians. So the kids were out. Okay. And of course, they would go up the street and do their thing. Yes, they're Philadelphians. Yes, they went to school here in Philadelphia. They were quite young. And what happened for them was, on those corners, they would practice everywhere they would go because they're musicians' children, which of course feeds your heart. Everything, father was a drummer, mother was a pianist.
Okay.
So everything about percussive movement and song and dance was just in them from the beginning. before they even got here. It was just a part of their DNA.
In the womb. Boom, 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 boom.
In the womb.
Oh, the baby's moving. It shouldn't be right now, but fascinating rhythm.
And the baby's got it going. Yes. I understand that so well. I feel that. And I bet that had to be what it was for them, which is why I'm saying it's more of an excitement and a feeling for artists than it was like a habit or something, not a habit, a hobby or something like that. It's never a hobby. Everything back then was, well, we need to make and earn money for ourselves, and we have to give ourselves things to do.
Okay.
Mattresses were famous in back alleyways out there on the streets, when folks would get rid of things. So that's where kids would learn to flip off of walls and stuff like that.
Okay.
And, the Nicholas brothers were no different.
Okay.
They were cool. And the fire hydrants, they would leap over the fire hydrants coming up the street, and things were just freer and bigger then. And they would learn from who they saw.
Okay.
And Levon was no different. Levon Robinson explained to me that South Street, all the way up and all the way down to Broad Street, on the weekends, filled with performers, people who wanted to make it in show business. The closer, normally the tap dancers, the better tap dancers, the closer you got to Broad Street. Only the best tap dancers made it to Broad and South Street.
Wow.
I know. So, the Follies Bergère and, the people, the producers, they're looking for their acts. This is where they would come to in Philadelphia
we were
to discover.
Like the Hollywood of South Street was the Hollywood.
Isn't that
of
amazing?
Philadelphia.
I know.
I didn't know. I mean, I've heard stories of like Billie Holiday and people like that coming down to the Royal Theater. It was just no longer on Broad Street anymore, and at the Waters. But I didn't know about tap dancing. I just know what I saw on TV. I am the TV generation. So by time, I didn't know there was history. And
right.
Through you, I just learned that, because I was like, what?
It was a surprise to me that the Nicholas brothers were from Philadelphia.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I was like, what?
I just remember seeing them flip up
stormy weather, the big staircase, and over each other. It was the most amazing and most exciting film sequence ever.
How did they learn that? And then I did see them when they were younger, like little boys doing it. They show the PBS would show things like that. So that's the only way I learned. But through you, I just learned something new. I'm like, PBS, you missed something, because...
Oh, they missed the eyewitnesses, people like Levon, who told us. He was our teacher. He firsthand told us. He knew them when they were children because they were discovered by his best friend, Steve Condos of the Condos brothers, who took Levon on tour with him up until his dying day.
Wow.
Steve Condos died backstage after his show.
What?
He couldn't come out for the bow because, that was his last curtain.
Aww.
Yeah, that kind of thing. So he was there for this history, hands-on. Yeah. And to get that oral talking to, it's surprising to hear, first of all, and most of it I have forgotten. But those big parts, I remember the names, the Condos brothers. Yeah. And especially Steve, because he kept talking about Steve, my friend Steve Condos. So I know Steve Condos' name. And he talked about the Nicholas brothers and how they were babies, and they would be out there, and that's how they were discovered to go to Hollywood. And they left Philadelphia and moved on to Hollywood.
Yeah, that's fascinating though, because like most of Philadelphia history is just covered up, I'm just saying covered up because I don't know the right words at this time. And when I hear stuff, it's like, wow, why wasn't this written down? Why wasn't this documented? This is fascinating stuff. We need to know this, and so do our later generations. They need to know this because to them, South Street is, Nike sneakers.
It's really changed.
Yeah, Nike sneakers, crazy stuff, piercings and
Oh yes, definitely the tattoos and the piercings.
Yeah, the piercings and what is it?
Yes,
Grunge.
no more movies
No.
and
All of that is gone, and it's like we need to know what was the past so we can kind of move forward. Because
using what you know
Right.
as a platform to either evolve it more
Yeah.
or totally transition it into something else because it wasn't what you needed it to be. But knowing and learning that history, I made sure I documented Tony Nicholas, the son of Fayard Nicholas, his whole history about his father and his brother, his uncle, while they were here. I threw a tap dance festival for like 10 years, from 2004 to 2014. And I had the Nicholas sisters. Did you know there was a Nicholas Sisters Act?
No,
I'm just saying. They are the granddaughters of Fayard Nicholas.
okay.
And they came to town, brought them here for 2 years in a row, and of course have history lessons. And he sat right there in front of the camera and documented everything. And the daughters taught us the Nicholas brother Shim Sham and things of this nature. And they performed lucky numbers and oh my goodness. So I've got all of these things documented, they're all sitting there on discs and things ready to be given out as history lessons anywhere. And I've done talks, like Point Park University, things of that nature. But not too many people get a chance to even understand that it is a thing to learn or know. Like you said, unless it comes to you that this is something you really need to know, who cares about South Street,
Yeah, because South Street, everybody goes to South Street. Yeah, but do you really know the history of South Street? And I say no, because I just learned something today. Yes, I've seen the Nicholas on TV, but by then it's been decades.
And nobody even knew that they were here.
Yeah, I did not know that they were Philadelphians. Yay, whoop, whoop.
They went to the school district here. Their
Oh, my
names were on
goodness.
roll. So yes,
Really?
lived in South Philly.
And I'm from South Philly.
Just
so
saying.
you know now. Hey, hi. South Philly girl here. That's right. And the thing that I remember of South Street is just that we're the beginnings of South Philly. We were the beginnings of South Street.
Because gerrymandering, changing lines.
Yeah,
No.
I know. Now we're Southwest Philadelphia.
Are you?
Yeah, we're Southwest Philadelphia. Southwest Center City, Philadelphia.
Okay, that feels better. Thank you. Southwest Center City. Okay.
Center City. My section from Broad down to 27th Street. Down to, what is it? Washington?
Yes, to Washington. That's the same thing. It is
Southwest Center City.
Right, because they did the same. I live on like Cedar Avenue, which is South Street in West Philly. And yeah, we're still Southwest until you get to Baltimore Avenue.
Yeah. And something, the newbies are like, if you go across Washington, go across the tracks, they're like, oh no, you're not Southwest Center City. I'm like, well, hold up. All of this, all the way down to Oregon Avenue is South Philly. And they're like, oh no. Because they've
broken it up some more?
Yeah, they rezoned it. So now that's Newbold.
Oh.
They're Newbold, and we're Southwest Center City with Graduate Hospital and Marian Ann. Oh, I'm glad they named something, because the woman lived right across from my sister on Martin Street. And I'm like, about time, yeah. So
More than just a recreation center named after her. Thank you.
yes. So now they're naming the section Marian Anderson Way and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, y'all a little late. I'm kind of mad at that, but because I'm like, give the woman some, the church is right there that she went to, where she was discovered. And that's like
about the history that is connected to the streets here and the sections
but
of
it's just
and
not
the pride
of it. That's what, like, to me, they just took because she, marched in Washington. And I think that was one of the things that made her more prominent. And what president's wife, something or other, if it wasn't for her, she wouldn't have sung at the White House and all that kind of stuff. So that gave her more prominent, and that's the only thing people talk about. But what about the Nicholas brothers? What about the other parts of history? What about it? Come on now.
I know, y'all don't even know the name of the Condos brothers.
No.
And you should.
No.
They're like the reason that Philadelphia became popular for tap dance. Just a set of brothers, 3 of them.
Yep. I didn't know that.
They're the ones who discovered the Nicholas brothers and was like, well, this is the talent that we need to take to Hollywood with us.
Yeah. Okay, 2 minutes. Okay. But like I said, wow, the history. I'm into history. I hear about it. I'm going to do some more research.
It's wonderful. Yeah, I've found that history out, and the reason I found it out is because I was trying to celebrate LaVaughn, and then of course, I learned the Nicholas brothers were a part of history, and then I needed to celebrate the Nicholas brothers, and guess who I found? The Silver Bells, so the original chorus line dancers from the Apollo and Cotton Club theaters, still alive and in New York City while I was having my festival. Got the opportunity to invite them to Philadelphia to be a part of the ceremony to make sure that we acknowledge the Nicholas brothers, and also brought in Maurice Hines Jr.
Oh.
And together, this celebration is what created that lasting document that you were saying. So I have everything documented about how and who and when and why and who they helped and why they were here. And these ladies were in their 80s and 90s, and 4 of them came to town. They taught us things. Honey Cole's wife, Marion Coles, was the captain of the Silver Bells. And before they left, guess what? They asked me if I would become a 2nd generation Silver Bell and continue their legacy, passing on the chorus line dancers' history. It was the best day of my life. I'm telling you, it was just the most exciting thing.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to hear some more exciting history. Hi. Welcome back to the Poetic Chat and Chew. We're on to our 2nd portion of our show, and we're going to discuss Miss Jaye Allison's funky leotards, who she just designed herself. Can we discuss it, Christina, huh?
Oh, sure.
Let us see.
This is 4 dancers standing in an arabesque line. It is taken from the first piece of choreography that made my dance company back in 1982 famous. It is called Oluwa, taken from Roots, and Quincy Jones made the music, and it inspired us. And this is a photograph of the final pose, getting into the final pose of Oluwa. So these leggings and an entire line. I have socks. You can see the socks here. They also match. Wow. There are pictures that are animated of dance works that I have done from over the years that have been transitioned from photographs into actual animated drawings that I've chosen to become wearable art for dancers or for people who have a heart for the arts. And it came from the dance itself, which is history. Cool. And then, of course, that goes into the reason why they became cartoons. I wrote books about the history and the crossover histories that exist between my dance company and Philadelphia and Maurice Hines and other people. And from there, after those books, I made an audio version of it because I thought I could do a TED Talk. But it turned out I ended up making movies. So I was able to transition the books into movies. So I feel like Disney. I figured if Disney can do it, you got your movie, and then you got the book, and then you got the items, the merch. I can do it too. They look like this, except they're not black, but mine are all based on my heritage, my history, my livelihood, my essence. So redbubble.com. Okay. People, Jaye Allison, Jada, and you'll find pictures. And under the pictures, you'll see what items I've created out of them. I'm glad you like them.
You are multi-talented. You're not just a tap dancer, actress. The list goes on and on and on. Girl, I'm tired.
I understand.
I'm tired because it's too much to read.
It's quite a bit.
It's quite a history, Miss Jaye Allison. Like, wow. If you add another thing, the resume will explode.
There are more things.
Oh my goodness. I can see it like 1 page, 2 page, 3.
I was in community college trying to get my getting English together so that I could go into writing, things. And my teacher said when I gave him my CV, the first time I put together my CV, he was like, "What is this book?" He was like, "This is your first book right here." So it was like 22 pages. I had to take out all of those facts from history because it's a 22-page history document of my life. And that was back in 1998 or something like that. And we hadn't even gotten into the 2000s yet.
So is a volume 2 coming out?
It should be a volume 4 by now.
Oh my goodness. I tell you, like I said, I'm like, you did what? And I just hit the tip of the iceberg from what I said about you. I said you were an actress. I know about the acting and the tap dancing and the working with the Kimmel Center. I know about that. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Excuse you. Oh. That was just the tip of the iceberg. I was like, I could have added more. I apologize for that, but at least we're getting to it now. We're getting to the nitty-gritty now. So, okay. So, Miss Jaye Allison, I think it's time for you to do what you do best. Okay? Whew. The floor is definitely yours.
Oh, Michelle, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Lord, do your best with me and I. Every now and then I get the feeling that I got something to say. Every now and then I get the feeling that I wanna say it my way. And I don't want no horns blowing. I don't want the strings to play a melody. I don't want to hear the guitar strumming. Don't wanna hear no voices in back of me. I'm not gonna use steps that rhyme. I don't want the drummer to help me keep time. 'Cause I don't need nobody's help. Said I don't need nobody's help to say I love you. Oh, I want to tell you right now, baby, that I love you. Oh, from the bottom of my heart, I love you. But sometimes I feel like I want to do more for you. Oh, yes, I do. And dancing, it don't always look so tough. No. But I stand up tall and let my feet speak for me. And hey, baby, that ought to be good enough. Ooh, I love you, yeah. there are some things a woman just likes to say for herself. I love you. Oh. Every now and then I get the feeling, yeah, that I got something I want to say. Every now and then I get the feeling I want to say it my way, and I don't want no horns blowing. I don't want the strings to play a melody. Hey, now, I don't want to hear the guitar strumming. Don't want to hear no voices in back of me. I'm not gonna use steps that rhyme. I don't want the drummer to help me keep time, 'cause I don't need nobody's help. Said I don't need nobody's help to say I love you. Oh, I wanna tell you right now how much I love you. Yes, I do. Oh, darling, 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 I love you. Oh, I want to dance. I want to dance. I love you. Mm-hmm. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I like that step. Okay, I got one more for you. Hold on. Mm-hmm. Oh, I like that. Yes. Ooh, oh. Oh, when you feel weak, I want you to lean on me. You'll find the strength you need. Hey, lean on me. I don't mean to tell you what you need, because you already know. My sole existence is on loving you so. Oh, you'll find I'm tested, I'm true. That I'm tried, I'm tested, I'm true. Oh yeah, oh yeah. You know what, Michelle? I love you. Ooh, my love is like a river. It never stops going, never stopping. How? My love is like a river. It never stops going, never stopping. I don't need nobody. I don't need nobody's help, no, no. Oh, I don't need nobody. Oh, this is where the water comes in. Ow. through the song. Thank you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thanks for having me. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Audience, God, Jesus, Lord have mercy.
I think you did wonderful. It was a delight. We need more, so come back. I want you to come back again. Another day, rest up, because we're going to work them feet.
I love you, girl. I love you, beautiful.
We're going to work them feet. I need to see more. Teach me, honey. Teach me. Okay. Okay. All right. I want to show you something hot and new. I want to treat you to the poetic chat and chew. Come on and sit right down. We're gonna chow on now at the poetic chat and chew. Food, folks, art and things. A good time without losing your purse strings. All we want to do is bring out the hardest in you. Poetry, cooking, draw, dance, or sing. This is the place to show off your thing. Oh, come on and have your say. Become a star today at the poetic chat and chew. Come on and make new friends where fun never ends at the poetic chat and chew. We want to see you shine at the poetic chat and chew. We're gonna have a good time at the poetic chat and chew. Hope to see you there.